How you doing, guys? So, what am I doing? Well, the back of my truck has kind of become a disaster area. Every single time I go training somewhere, every single time I have a job to do, it just winds up being an absolute disastrous mess. So what I've done is I've purchased a couple of the Milwaukee Packouts with the idea of mounting them in the back of the vehicle. And I thought that I would just kind of run the camera and kind of show you what I'm doing. And if you're interested, great. If not, okay. This is kind of the other side of things I do, which is I do handyman stuff, and a lot of that has to do with all the tools that are kind of laying here and trying to get it so it's a little more organized, a little more straightforward, and that's about it. So hopefully you get something out of it. Hopefully it's interesting for you, and here we go. All right, guys, so to start with, what am I going to do? Well, to begin with, I've got to get all the crap out of my car. Really exciting process of throwing stuff away, organizing things in such a way that I can actually get the stuff. Not really a whole lot of secret to the sauce. It is mainly just getting as much of this stuff organized as I possibly can so that I know where it is, so that I can use it and find it when I need it. A lot of stuff is trash, like hunks of wood, and I'm either gonna hold on to that stuff, maybe, or maybe I'll just toss it. But that's what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to probably speed some of this stuff up because I think otherwise you guys will be bored to tears. There you go. So you might be wondering, why rigid tools? Quite honestly, they were what I started on. There was a really affordable set that I could buy at the time, and once I bought into the universe, I kind of stuck with it. I really haven't had any issues with any other tools. I've got battery-powered grinders, Sawzall, all the things. They've performed flawlessly. I have slowly but surely upgraded to more powerful batteries as time has gone on. But for the price, it's kind of hard to beat them. So really no thing of loyalty to any brand or another. It's just once I started, if you know how this works, once you're kind of in a universe, you're kind of stuck with it. So in case you're wondering why rigid, that's the reason why. Back to me moving much faster than I'm capable of. So these crates have served me pretty well. They're collapsible crates, and I put them in the back of my car, I guess, about maybe a little more than a year ago to try and organize it a little better. But the reality is they're still plastic crates. They've done me well, but they just started to slowly break. It's just kind of what happens. So not that they haven't served a purpose, because they certainly have, but the reality is they're only going to last so long. That's kind of part of the reason for the upgrade, is that you can kind of see they haven't survived very well. So there you go. And also, while I'm talking and not just moving at incredibly high rates of speed, what is in the back of my car? This is actually something I haven't done a video on before. This is a safe that I have in my car that's mounted inside. And this way I can lock firearms up instead of having to worry about them being unlocked and potentially broken into. Not that someone couldn't break into this, but it's a deterrent. So I highly recommend this particular one. I got it on Amazon. It was a couple $100, like well worth, I think, the price tag. I'm sure there's better ones, but that's kind of the story behind that. There you go. So I just wanted to kind of point that out and kind of explain, I guess, why I'm doing what I'm doing. Back to me moving inhumanly fast. Here's a little piece of info for you. Retractable ratchet straps. They are the game changers. But I have found the Rhino brand is much, much better than a lot of the others. So there you go. In case you're wondering what I'm doing, I'm basically getting rid of all these bit cases in favor of a larger container for the bits, because I got too many of these, and half of them are half gone through, lost, or broken, so that's the whole reason for that. So maybe you're asking yourself, why does he have a piece of tin in his car? Well, when you do torch work, soldering for connections, a lot of times you're in a cabinet, sometimes you're close to a wall, and these come in handy because you can put this between the torch and what you don't want to light on fire. So it is always handy to have a bit of this in the vehicle. One word of caution though, it is exceedingly sharp. Don't put it somewhere where you got to grab into, otherwise you will cut the hell out of yourself. So that's what that's for. Another thing to note, don't let other people be responsible for taking care of your tools. I did not pay attention to how this was left by another individual, and now it is trash. I'll still use it, but it won't work anywhere near as effectively as it once would have, because it's really meant for more fine work, and I'm sure this blade is half trash at this point. So take care of your shit. It'll last much longer. Okay, I'm sure that was riveting, you watching me do all those things at inhumanly fast speed, because I'm going to speed all that stuff up. So this is basically what I'm working with. This is the body of the safe, and what's going to happen is I'm going to get the Packout bases, which I'm going to show you in a second, and they're going to mount directly to the top of the safe, and then the Packouts kind of lock in place. And that's going to be the basis of what I'm doing. There's going to be some stuff that's behind them in the car. Obviously not all this is going back in. It looks like a junkyard of tools, but the reality is what happens is I do all these weird handyman jobs, and they just build up. Like, I just build up tools that I don't use, or I forget to take out, or it's a situation where if I take it out the very next day, I have to use it again, so I'm leery to take it out and not have what I need, because most of my jobs are 45 minutes to an hour away from where I live. So that's basically what you're seeing here. I know it looks like a ridiculous yard sale of tools, but that's kind of what happens after a few months of doing this, because I am just horrible about putting stuff away where it belongs. So that's kind of what you're seeing here. So I'm going to grab the Packout stuff, kind of see what it looks like in there, see how it lays out in there, and then I'll start talking to you again. Okay, so these are the Packout bases. This is what I was talking about. These things have all these mounting holes in them. I'll zoom in so you can see it. And the toolboxes lock into them. So that's basically how these things work. And I am going to mount them directly to the inside of the car. The only thing I don't know is whether I'm going to run one of them this way and then run that like that. I think that's probably what I'm going to do. I'm trying to make the best use of square footage that I have back here. Because the boxes do take up quite a bit of room, and I want to be able to fit as much as I can in there. And the one toolbox is just kind of an open top deal, so this way I can still get to everything that's in there, but also get some more space on the side. I think that's going to be the way. Alright, back to me moving much faster than I'm capable of. So I'm going to bring you guys in a little bit of maybe a little closer or a different view, and kind of show you what it's going to wind up looking like. Or maybe I'll just show you when it's done. I'll give you a tour after it's done. Okay, so what I did was I drilled out the body of the cabinet, and then I ran some bolts up through. I'm making sure to put the round side of the head inside the cabinet. That way the drawer going in and out can't be affected by it. And then just simply bolting down from the top. In the back, it's a little bit awkward, but it's not bad to do. But again, I think this is going to do a good job of maximizing what space I have. I definitely have to redo the rat trap that is this area in front of it. But for right now, I just want to get this done while the little bit of light I have left is up, and then go from there. So in case you're wondering what I'm doing, that's kind of what I'm doing. I'm just drilling through the body and then bolting it in place. And then obviously to hold it in place is going to be kind of awkward, but I have a little short stubby flathead screwdriver. I'm just going to hold it there and use a socket driver to tighten things down. It wouldn't be a terrible idea to use some kind of thread locker for this. I don't have any on me right at the moment, so I'm not going to do it right now. I may go back and do it later on, only because the vibrations of the car running and everything over time could loosen things up. But if you're looking to do something that's going to last, you know, a longer time, thread locker probably would be a bad idea on these bolts. So the dilemma I face is simply like, what do I do with the packouts? Because the reality is that I want to have some space in between them or some space beside them. That's why I turned one this way. But the question I have is, am I better off with the space in between, or am I better off with the space on one side? I think I'm going to leave the space in between open. I can always move it around if I really want to, but I think I'm better off doing it that way, so that's kind of where I've landed. I'm going to move you a little bit. Okay, so here we go. This is the money shot, so to speak. So the bases are mounted. The cabinets are going to go in. So I've decided to put the basically just a box, pretty much. So that's going here. So that will open up about that much. That works. And then the other one's a drawer system. That one is going to go on the other side. Shut up. Excuse my car. It's got a very, very silly alarm system. I gotta figure out why that's not locking in. Make sure it's not interfering with something. It doesn't look like it. There we go. So we have this, which, like I said, is just an open top, but it's nice and solid. And then we have this, and this basically, the way this works is this comes down, and that can stow away. And then you have just drawers that open. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Alright guys, so here we are, like I said I would. We are going to kind of get a more in-depth look at what is going on here now that I've got everything installed and everything back in the vehicle. I am going to show you a little bit about this ladder thing that I have here. You can kind of see the legs of it and what I did there, because that's definitely space that I needed to use up, because laying the ladder on the seats just wasn't working long term anymore. So starting over here, this is the drawer system with the Packout. The way this works is there's a little tab here, and this is a retention board that you can kind of stow away. And this is basically all of my just miscellaneous hand tools. Tape measures, wire cutters, screwdrivers, hammer, adjustable wrench, you know, just random hand tools are in this drawer right here. Next drawer down is all of my plumbing stuff. So this is all of my plumbing tools all in one place. This way I can kind of grab what I need when I need it. I got pipe wrenches, PVC cutters, gas sniffers, pipe dope, PVC cement. Like everything I need for the plumbing is all in one place. That way it's easy to get to, easily organized. So that is that bin there, and that just locks everything in place. And like I had said before, there's a spot right here where you can kind of put a padlock if I wanted to lock this away, which I like because depending on what neighborhood I am in, I might be doing that. This thing right here is kind of cool. This is something they've been showing a lot of these on, you know, the TikTok or whatever. But this is basically for bits. Bits that I grab all the time. Instead of having a bit case, I can just grab this carabiner, and this has got a lot of the bits that I use on a regular basis. That is what that is all about. That's also why that's kind of sitting right there. Over here I've got all my power tools, like all my cordless stuff, drills, sawzalls, that kind of stuff, nail gun, sanders. So it's all in one place. All my power tools are in one place, and again, it is lockable, which I like. And that can just kind of grab what I need when I need it. Past that, I have a bunch of different bags kind of floating around of miscellaneous stuff that really didn't have anywhere else to put. Extra bits, shims, wire wheels, duct tape, just random stuff in this one. In this one here, I've got other random stuff, extra charger for my batteries, some electrical tape, sawzall blades. You get the picture. It's stuff that really didn't have a place anywhere else. A lot of it's duplicates. In here I've got all of my batteries and a charger for my cordless stuff. It's all in one place. That way when I need to recharge it, like I do when I'm done doing this, I can just grab it and walk with it. So that is what that bag is for. In this one here I've got all of my sockets, wrenches. They're all in... this is an SOE tool bag, and they're all in tool pods. So I've got metric, standard, wrenches, sockets, all in one place. And that's this stuff. So I'm going to kind of change the camera angle a little bit and show you what's going on with the ladder and kind of my solution for that. Okay, so here we are. So what I did was I have a ladder that I take on almost all my jobs. I always need it. Every time I leave it behind, I need to grab it. So I just decided to take it with me all the time. And you can kind of see how the seat is over there. It was just kind of draped over the seat, which was a pain in the butt because it really completely took up that seated position in the back of the car. It just needed to move. Also here, this is one of these little collapsible tables. I use this all the time on job sites for my cut saw, for just organizing my tools, for working on things. So that's why this is here. And what I did was, if you can see right here, I'll kind of zoom in if I can. This is a ratchet strap. This is one of these retractable ratchet straps. So it's going from the handhold along the ceiling in the car over to the other one. And I've got two of them, another one up front. And so all I've done basically is run those ratchet straps across the ceiling of the car, put in the table and ladder, and tighten them down. And that seems to be working. I've been driving with it for about a week or so. It seems to be working just fine. And that's what's going on there. And you can kind of see all the random stuff that's behind there. And it's just stuff I don't get to all the time, that I don't need all the time, but I still should have it with me. So that's it, guys. That's the finished out back of the vehicle and how it is right now. I hope that you got some information from this. I hope it is something that has helped you, maybe giving you some ideas what you can do with your own stuff. We'll see how it works out. It's going to evolve over time like anything else. But for right now, it seems to be working pretty well. I'll know after I do a few jobs kind of what I need to tweak or change as I go along. I hope that you're having a good day. I hope you're having a good weekend that's being productive for you. I hope you're getting out there and doing good things. And remember, guys, your path is out there. Go find it.